I'm almost 10,000 steps in for the day. Feeling real good. Woo. Feel good. Yappa-doo, yappa-doo, yappa-doo. Now, woo, heat starting to get to you, boy. Out here, boy, I tell you, Florida, you be wearing that heat like a jacket. Yeah, I was big, bad, and bold the other day. Shoot, the heat was like, all right, hold on. This Chi-Town dude think he could just waltz up and down like this ain't nothing. All right, hold on, I got something for him tomorrow. Oh, they came out prepared. You gotta get out early to get these steps in. You know it. You gotta pop out and show something. Now, let's get to the gist of it. Right? Let's get to the gist of it. Now, Brandon Jennings, all right, BJ, Brandon Jennings, met up and had a conversation with Rory. And by having this conversation with Rory, tones change. Everything shifted. Now, he already don't like Mal. Mal was his best friend. He gave Mal a chain. All kind of stuff, right? Then him and Mal fell out over some way he acted, which Mal don't want to get into. But what do I know of BJ? BJ, the basketball player, Oak Hill, one of the best high school basketball players that was out at the time. Then he switched it up and wanted to be the most OG gangsters dude in the world. Right? So, after wanting to do both things, I guess he realized that this isn't opportune for him to do. He kept getting high. Got his own clothing line, which is doing well, called Tough Crowd. Been doing this thing there. It's mostly a LA fashion to me. More than anything. I'm not very fond of it, but it is an LA fashion. And because of it, just not my appeal. It might hit for other people, but for me, nah. It's not really my taste. Now, he gets into it with Rory talking about Joe was lame and all this stuff. Then he comes out and does I might have said that about Joe. but I never said any of these things to you about X, Y, and Z. And this is, you know, Brandon Jennings hangs around a group of people that's pretty violent in California. And I just don't, he's one of those guys that got money and they feel comfortable hanging out with dangerous people that could put you in liable situations. You understand what I'm saying? Like Brandon Jennings sat there and decided it would be in his best interest to go ahead. Yes, he thought it would be in his best interest to go ahead and clash with Rory and Mal because Gill's Arena's numbers have been dropping rapidly. I mean, extremely rapidly. And because of it, it's almost non-extinct. Yeah, he hang around with female gangsters using straight razors like it's the 1970s. I mean, seriously. But when he was in Detroit, him and Mal got into it. So, whatever that's about, that's what that's about. When people turn themselves into clowns, that's when you got to start to notice the behavior and call it out for what it really is. No, it's probably a song I've probably heard before. If it's the Super Max or whatever song that is, if that's that, I've heard that. I've heard 4 songs from this so-called new album, and none of it says he's back. You know, it's just more of the same. More trash. People just sick of the trash, man. No, but see, I know what this whole play is. It's like, let's start something with Rory, who I was cool with. I had a problem with Mal. I had no beef with Rory. But now, let's go ahead and have beef with Rory. So I can have people talking, we can go back and forth. All it does, people don't realize is that once you expose yourself to be a clown, or people see what your real intentions are, you can't go back. You can't run back into the light, into the dark and try to hide. We already see your moves. We see your intentions. We see what you are. We know exactly what you are. BJ is what you would call Brandon Jennings, BJ. He's what you would call a bad podcaster. He's bad. He's real bad at it. So if you wanted to know anything about him, that's all you have to say. That's all you have to illustrate. Oh, dumb bastard still talking? Nobody worried about him. Notice he keeps talking, right? I saw some picture that's made up by one of his profiles with his profile picture and mine together. It's like, come on. But he's saying I'm jocking him. Please. That stuff work with fools. He's another example of this. You know, once people see what you really are, you can't run back to the light. You can't run back into the dark and try to hide and stick your hand out. Be, hey man, you doing good, man. I tell you, yeah, man, you shoot, man. Y'all the legends, man. I'm just trying to be. Nah, see, you can't play that game no more, son. We'd already seen your hand. So we have nothing to say to you. That's how we deal with clowns like that. We've already said what needs to be said. If you want to hear more, go on to Patreon. But we've already addressed a clown like that. No original thought, no originality. Just regurgitate everybody else's because they lame. Same thing we talking about here. Brandon Jennings has no personality. None. Can't do nothing right, can't do nothing for self. He's just a mess. Complete mess. Now, his thing is he got contacts. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry is his homeboy. So he was able to bring Steph on the show, get a couple of people, but they had to go to Steph. Steph wasn't finna come over to Gill's crib. I always respected BJ as a hooper. But I just think the weed and all the BS, it gets on their brain. And now here they are, trying to get something going. Because the opportunity came and went.
Yep, go for it. Hey, how's it going?
It's going all right. Mm-hmm. Well, it is what it is, man. All right. It's like if Rory and Mal is talking about some actual real hip hop and some music or something interesting, that's fine, but they're a better podcast show than Joe. Joe podcast is probably the biggest decline in product I've ever seen. How do you go from a flourishing podcast show to absolute garbage? I mean, absolute garbage. The Joe Budden podcast show is the worst thing going. Seriously, it is. You might have a glimpse every now and then of what used to be, but you just got the wrong people there. Everybody's there for a check. And when you got people that's there for a check, they don't care about it. They're just showing up for the money. It shows in the work. It shows in the work. They don't care. They don't have a passionate opinion about it. They don't have any real insight. It's lazy. But no, I see the play. The play is we built our podcast show on drama, not on basketball, not on interviews. We built it on drama. So now, what are you going to have to continuously do? You're going to have to continuously have drama in order to promote your show. And now, because you're in this upper echelon and your overage and your spendage is high, you think, okay, this money is just coming in. This is the first wave in series of payments. We're going to get another wave of series of payments. This thing is going to go to the top. Right? Wrong. Wrong. It's not going to the top. What's going to end up happening is what always happens when you deal with people of a certain ilk. They can't handle success. They can't handle moving forward. They can't handle growth. They can't handle maturity. They can't handle development. They can't handle moving in a direction that is productive. Because everybody's in there got their own agendas. And their agendas is not conducive with the final product, which is the show. So the numbers start to drop. Because don't nobody really care about it anyway. There's nothing there to keep them. And so they was like, man, we need some drama. What's going on? Well, okay, we're going to have y'all two yell at each other. Let's see what that worked. Nope, didn't work. Now what you do? I don't know. That was my big play. Nobody going for us yelling at each other? No? Okay. What should we do now? Thad Ratcliffe. If you like that garbage, then you're more than welcome to have it. To it. But if I'm gonna waste my time, I can find more better ways to waste it than to listen to that. I have a lot on my plate in 24 hours. I don't have a misunderstanding. That clown does. And I just choose not to give it any more of my time because I've already addressed it. You know, and once you address somebody who's beneath you, like if I take a shit and flush it, I don't care where it goes. I don't care where dumb bastard goes. I already flushed them. So you can't come back, homie. Can't come back with all that. Hey, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm just trying, man. Y'all, all that fake laugh, fake. Nah. Can't do that over here, bro. We're original here. You regurgitate other people's shit because you don't have any original thought. So we don't do that here. Yeah, we let corny people stay where they stay. So why am I wasting my time holding discussions with people that don't matter? If all you could do is regurgitate what somebody else said, and you don't have any creative to say on your own. And I'm like, what do I look like doing that with a guy who literally pulled his pants down and put his butt on the screen to get some views and some attention. That's the guy you want me to address. That's pathetic. Now I gotta look at y'all and be like, really? You want me to address that? Now, everything about me is reality, sir. Everything about me is truth. That's why my Truth Behind series, did you see anybody come out and sue me? No. Did you see anybody say, take down that video? I'm gonna send a takedown notice to that. And those videos is getting 200,000, 300,000 views. Right? But I'm supposed to be jealous of a guy who's getting, what, 30? I don't know who that is. So if you're looking at, so if you want to look at the situation for what it is and say, I want to look at Gill's Arena versus Rory and Mal, they could have gotten together to both say, hey, let's help our page out by beef. I never did that. A rapper wanted to do that with me, and I said, nah, bro. I don't want to fake beef with nobody, bro. Because somebody on the streets might not know it's fake and then try to shoot one of us. Then what? Then what? Yeah, see, a rapper wanted to go back and forth with me and create this parallel paradigm to boost themselves up. That's why we don't let clowns dictate reality. No white guy ever called me the N-word and nothing happened. You understand? So the thing that you're talking about, for those who might have just saw that garbage that he said, once again, regurgitating other people things. First off, he's talking about my video. I put the video out. Okay? I told the whole story about what happened. This guy used to doing things his way, got drunk. We playing cards. So we about a marina, his house, got his boat, everything. He had been saying the N-word constantly. That's why I recorded him saying it, because I told him, hey man, stop. He wasn't talking to me and calling me the N-word, never. He was telling his story about his friend who's black, and I guess his friend who's black gave him permission to use this word as loosely as he was. And he felt like he was in his home, he could say that. And I told him, like, don't say it no more. So I recorded him saying it because I knew what was going to happen after he said it again. So we're playing cards and he's telling a story, and then he said the N-word again, describing his friend that allows him to say this. So I'm like, oh man, got it all recorded. Said, all right, he's gonna meet us all up there at night at the spot. He came to the spot on the balcony. He's surrounded by 9-10 brothers. So after being surrounded by 9-10 brothers, including myself, surrounded, they had all seen the tape from earlier. Everybody's waiting for him to get relaxed. Just say it again. And he said it again. And that boy got hit so hard, he came up off his chair, hit his head on the back of a brick that was split. It's kind of like this here. See how sharp here on this brick? His head hit this corner. Split his head open. Blood everywhere. Ambulance pickup. And that boy going out on a stretcher. So if you want to say that's me not doing nothing, you're right. I ain't do nothing. So if you saw the video, and you watch the video in its entirety, you see the man going out on the ambulance. But once again, clowns. Dealing with clowns, that's what they talk about. Shit they don't know about. But he never tells you why he put his butt on the goddamn camera in the middle of a podcast stream. I can never have a conversation with a dude like that. Nah, bro. We ain't on the same wavelength. You on some I show speed and Casanat level. I don't imagine me sitting down with them. Right? They're way beneath me. So, hey. Yeah, that's entirely beneath me. Well, anyway, don't forget to go to the Patreon. We show you what happened, or show you when Michael Jordan was about to leave Nike. Well, his deal was up. You know, it was getting near the end of his deal, and he came out with Jordan Brand. A lot of people think he had it when he had an 84. It's not true. So definitely pay attention to that. Yeah, you'll come out your own way. Yep, so Rory and Mal, don't buy into that. All you buy into. Yeah, just buy into the fact that these people that you talking about just want attention. So you gotta keep in mind sometimes. Some people just do things just for attention. All right, I'm getting my morning steps in down here in this Florida weather. Showing them I can handle it, getting it in early before it get too late. Nah, I mean, I'm out.